Hey guys, happy spring! So today is the first day of spring as I'm filming this, and it's also the first day of the Cherry Blossom Festival, although it's not much of a festival this year for obvious reasons, but in the DC area, cherry blossoms are a very big thing. It's a big tourist attraction. Everyone goes down to the tidal basin to see the cherry blossoms, so it's a lot of fun. So I wanted to kind of celebrate the Cherry Blossom Festival in spirit since we can't celebrate it in person. And to do that, I thought I would demo some of the products from the MAC Black Cherry collection. So I purchased these from Ulta a little while ago now, and I think these products may be sold out in a lot of places, but I thought it'd still be fun, I guess, to play around with them, and you can kind of just see what they look like even if you're not able to purchase them. I purchased two of the Extra Dimension blushes. This one is in the shade Dilly-Dolly. I think MAC always does some kind of cherry blossom themed collection. This year it seemed like it was a little bit more popular than last year's from what I recall. And of course I'm having trouble getting it out of the package. So this is the shade Dilly-Dolly. Really pretty kind of pink rose gold with this black and the cherry blossom design on it. And this one I think is the pinker of the two. It's interesting that it doesn't look like they put a mirror on the inside. I feel like MAC usually does mirrors on the inside of their compacts, but it's been a little while since I purchased anything from MAC. So there is that one. The other one, I purchased both of these from Ulta. I did two different orders because I think I had like $15 off 75 coupons. But anyway, this one came in like a little mailer kind of package for some reason. So I just thought I would mention that just as being different. This is the Look Don't Touch shade. And this one I think is a peachier type color. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and swatch both of these for you. So obviously I've already applied like my base makeup. I have some contour and bronzer on. I use the Gucci bronzer, so that's kind of along the forehead and like this part of the cheek. But I can do one blush on one cheek and then one blush on the other, and then I'll probably kind of layer them to even it out. Yeah, one of these is a much lighter pink color. So I haven't applied any highlighter. Depending on how shiny they make the cheek look, I may or may not apply highlighter on top. So I got two blushes, and then I got one of the matte lipsticks and one of the Glow Play lip balm. So the lip balm is in the shade Pinking of You, and that is what it looks like. So I thought maybe this one would be good to pair with the lighter pink blush. You can see it doesn't have a lot of pigment. Yeah, it just smells like a typical MAC lipstick, I think. All right, so I thought I would do this one with the lighter cheek, and then I can remove that and apply the matte lipstick, which is in the Drama Rama shade. I think for some reason Ulta had this listed as it had it just as like Cherry Blossom as the shade, but that is definitely a lot more of a deeper color. So there we go. And I did apply a lip oil while I was getting ready, so I'll remove any kind of remnants. I mean, a lot of it's worn off, but just to be safe. And before I do apply the blushes, I thought I would just mention there were a couple pretty generous gifts with purchase from Ulta. And because I placed two different orders and I bought a certain amount of MAC, I ended up getting the same gift with purchase twice. So each of them came with these, I think they're like full-size MAC Gently Off wipes plus micellar water. They each have 80 sheets and has like a nice plastic container. I think I've used MAC wipes in the past, but I think it's been a little while, and I'm trying to kind of wean myself off of using them. Like for right now, I'm using some of these Kirkland daily facial towelettes that I found. I really only use these for swatches. Right now I have like the Shiseido facial cotton that I use to remove eye makeup, and then I usually will use like a washcloth if I feel like I need, you know, additional kind of cleansing on my skin. So I think I've showed in previous hauls that I did buy some makeup erasers and that kind of thing. So I'm trying to move towards that, but if wipes come into my life, like I will make use of them. And then I got two of these lipsticks. They're both in the shade Chili. So these are matte lipsticks, and I think these are both full size. So yeah, so I was pretty impressed with that. And then I also got, I forgot to mention, the Fix Plus in the scent or variation, however you want to say it, Cherry Blossom. So I will use this at the end. So I thought that was really pretty. I'm not a huge like setting spray type person, but I just went for it. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the lighter shade of blush. And I thought I would try using my Rephr number 5 brush. I prefer this over the number 4, which is this one. It's kind of, I guess what I think of as more of a typical blush shape, like that angled shape to it. It's a little bit smaller, not as fluffy. I think this one is currently on sale in the concept store, so if you have been interested in Rephr brushes, you can check that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into Dilly-Dolly. See how this looks on the cheeks. So it is a light color, and it is giving off some shine, I think. I think it is providing like a nice luminosity to the cheek. So this might be, if you're looking for a more subtle color or you just want something to put on top of a matte blush. That could be really pretty. Okay, so that is Dilly-Dolly, and I will apply the Pinking of You, what is this called? The lip balm. It feels really nice and smooth on the lips, but it really doesn't give a lot of color. But I feel like this is kind of like the more like subtle makeup. On my eyes, by the way, I used the Alter Ego Blooms palette, which is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Love palette. So I used several shades from that. I used Petal all over the lid, and then I used Violet in the crease. And then I used Peony on the outer corner and Lily kind of towards the inner part. And then I went in with the Mini Love from Natasha Denona. I'm still kind of on the fence about buying the bigger Love palette. So then I used some of this middle dark purple shade, which is called My, because it's You Are My True Love is what it's supposed to spell out. So I used that kind of to deepen out the outer corner. And then this R shade, it's kind of awkward to refer to them individually, kind of on the inner tear duct and kind of all over, just to kind of brighten it up a bit. So really like this little palette if you haven't tried it out yet. And then I used the Pixie eyeliner in the shade Deep Plum, kind of going with that whole pinky purple theme. So that is the lighter shades, I guess. That's Nothing. All right, so for the other side, we have the shade Look, Don't Touch. There's more corally. And that same brush, if I can find it. I think these are really easy to apply. I think there's enough pigment so that it looks pretty, but it's not like super hard to blend out. I am going in with a brush that I think picks up a decent amount of pigment. So that is that side. And then going in with this lipstick. It's definitely a lot brighter than I think the other makeup I've put on, but it's pretty. I think I might go over it with a gloss just to kind of tone it down a little bit, but let's see, which face did we do? All right, so that is the more corally side there. All right, so I'm going to take the Dior Backstage highlighter palette in the shade Rose Gold, or the variation, and I guess I'll just go into this light pink in the corner here. Seems to be my favorite shade. So I don't think this blush really needs to have a highlighter to have that kind of glow to it, but it certainly doesn't hurt. Okay, so I'm gonna try and even these out a little bit. So I have to remember, I think this is the lighter pink, so I'll go in with the more peachy Look, Don't Touch. And then going back in with the lighter pink. Hopefully it all kind of comes together. What do you guys think? Does that look even? Okay, and then for a lip gloss, I think I'll try this Secret Lover shade by Pat McGrath. A little purpley. So I'm not sure if this lipstick color is like the best match for the eyes and everything, but it's certainly very bright and fresh. So, all right, so the last step here is the Fix Plus. And let's see how this does. They really do need to fix the sprayer on this. It just isn't kind of fine enough for what the market expects these days. Smells nice, feels good though. Just kind of leaves a little bit of like dewy bits. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of ode to spring, if you will, and to the cherry blossoms. Let me know if you've ever been to DC to see the cherry blossoms, or if you've been to Japan, obviously, or does Vancouver have like a cherry blossom festival? I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you're all staying very safe and healthy out there, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.